Hello and welcome to our Holiday Kids Corner show. We have an original play to show you today. It's from a book called The Night It Rained Toys, written by Dorothy Stevenson.
We want to thank Mrs. Stevenson for letting us make her book into a play.
On a cold Christmas Eve, far away, long ago, it didn't rain, and it didn't snow. But it did something special for girls and boys, because that Christmas Eve was the night it rained toys. It rained dolls and dishes and big teddy bears, and pop guns and bobsleds and small rocking chairs. It rained cats and dogs, they were toy ones of course, and a jack-in-the-box and a red rocking horse. There were bicycles, tricycles, scooters, and trains that fell from the sky like the rain when it rains. The trouble began with a wicked old king who didn't like Christmas or anything.
I hate everything.
He didn't like morning. He didn't like night. He hated the dark, but he didn't like light.
The light! The light!
He didn't like grown-ups or babies or boys, or hard or soft or quiet or noise, or spring or summer or winter or fall. But the king hated Christmas most of all.
I hate Christmas.
So the king passed a law just as wicked as he, against everything that was Christmassy, like candles and carols and cookie smells, and presents and pudding and pealing bells, and toys and tinsel and trees to trim, and Santa Claus too, especially him.
I could take him, that jolly old man.
Then, to be sure that there wasn't a doubt, the king posted signs, Santa Claus, keep out. Then the king sent a letter for Santa to see.
Dear Santa,
He wrote, and he crossed the T.
I passed a law this very day that says you have to stay away. I don't like Christmas or anything.
Then he signed it.
Yours truly, the wicked old king.
Santa Claus read the letter and sent a reply.
Dear King,
Santa wrote, and he dotted the I.
it's not very nice for people like kings to go around not liking things. And it's not very nice to pass wicked old laws.
Then he signed it.
Yours truly, Santa Claus.
Then Santa Claus thought of the girls and the boys who were waiting for him to bring candy and toys. He thought and he thought till he thought of a way to deliver the toys without landing his sleigh. Aha! First Santa Claus fashioned a rubber balloon, round and yellow and big as the moon. Then he filled it with toys, and when he had enough, he blew air in it to make it puff. Then he tied it onto the back of his sleigh on Christmas Eve and was on his way. When he got to the land of the wicked old king, he caught the balloon by its long white string, and just like a kite, he pulled it in, and he gave it a prick with the point of a pin. Pop went the balloon with a very loud sound. The toys fell like raindrops all over the ground. The falling toys made a thundering noise. It woke up the girls, and it woke up the boys, and the mothers and the fathers and babies brand new. It woke everybody, the wicked king too.
What the?
The king jumped out of his king-size bed and ran to the window and put out his head. As far and as wide as the king could see, the world was a giant Christmas tree, trimmed with toys and puddles and piles and lighted with miles and miles of smiles. The sight of the happiness Santa Claus brings made the old king forget about not liking things. He forgot he was wicked. He forgot he was old. He forgot it was winter and windy and cold. He forgot everything and ran out to the street. He even forgot he was wearing bare feet. He said,
"I've been wicked! I've been wrong! I must have liked Christmassy things all along! I will pass the new law as quick as can be against wicked old kings, especially me!"
Then, to be sure it was perfectly clear, the king posted signs, "Santa Claus welcome here." Ever since then, the king never forgot the things that he liked and the things he did not. Never again did he ever complain. He remembered the wonderful, thunderful rain. He remembered the joyful and toyful noise. He remembered forever the night it rained toys.
Excellent. Good. Okay, I'm just going to change the shot.
Foul, number 14, white.
Foul? I ain't committed foul.
Oh, yeah, you did. You littered.
Oh, man! God. It's just a little cup.
Yeah, it's a little cup or a soda can, but it's all litter and it all adds up.
I understand. Hey, Piscataway, when you're finished with your trash, slam dunk it.
I'm the extremely clean teen. A litterer's worst nightmare.
Welcome back. With us now is Nicole Bergen, a Rutgers student and a major in Hebraic Studies. She's here to talk about Hanukkah.
Hi, Nikki. Thanks for joining us. Could you tell us a little about Hanukkah?
Sure. Hanukkah is the holiday of light in the Jewish religion. In Hebrew, the word Hanukkah means to dedicate, and this is exactly what the Jews had to do. They had to rededicate the Holy Temple, the Beit HaMikdash, to God after capturing it from the Assyrian Greeks. This is celebrated for 8 days, and it's the holiday of the redemption of the Jews.
When does Hanukkah fall this year?
Well, according to the Jewish calendar, Hanukkah falls during the month of Kislev. According to the Christian calendar, in America, the first day falls on December 17th.
What are some of the traditions of Hanukkah?
Well, Hanukkah has several different traditions that have been carried on for several generations. 2 foods that are traditionally eaten during Hanukkah are potato latkes, in Hebrew, levivot, and jelly donuts, in Hebrew, sufganiyot.
Why do we eat potato latkes and jelly donuts?
Well, the reason why we eat these are because they are fried in oil. And if you recall the story of Hanukkah, the Jews had to dedicate the temple to God, and they needed lights. So they searched all over the temple looking for lights. They found a little jar containing oil, but it was only enough to last for 1 night. However, a miracle occurred, and it lasted for 8 days. So in order to remember this, we eat sufganiyot and levivot to remember the oil that lasted for 8 days.
Are there any other traditions?
Yes, there are a lot of other traditions, such as Hanukkah gelt and playing the dreidel. This is Hanukkah gelt. It is chocolate coins. And it was originally taken from, there's a tradition in Purim to give presents to other people. And now it has gone to be something for Hanukkah also. It used to be that on the 5th night, the family would get together and the parents would give Hanukkah gelt to the children. Another tradition is the tradition of playing a game called the dreidel. These are dreidels. There are 4 sides to each dreidel, with the letters Nun, Gimel, Hey, and Shin. This stands for Nes Gadol Haya Sham. This means that a miracle happened there. However, in Israel, you might find a dreidel with different letters on it. Instead of a shin, you would have a pei. And this would mean Nes Gadol Haya Po, for in Israel, the miracle happened here, which is in Israel.
When did the custom of playing the dreidel begin?
Well, no one is exactly sure where it began. However, there's a few ideas. One is that the Jews were forbidden to study Torah. However, when the guards came around to check the homes, the children would stop reading Torah and they would start playing these games to cover it up. And therefore, they wouldn't think that they were really studying Torah. Another idea is that it came from the German spinning of atop games in medieval times, and now it is adapted to playing the dreidel in order to remember the miracle of Hanukkah.
Could you teach us the game of dreidel?
Of course. Okay. Well, you take a dreidel. First, everyone puts into the center some kitty or coins or chips, and here we can play with Hanukkah gelt. You put it into the middle. You spin it like this. Right? And whatever it lands on, that would land. Okay, yours landed on a shin, which means that you have to put in 3 chips into the kitty because the letter shin has 3 branches, and so that represents the 3 branches, so you put in the 3 chips, or Hanukkah gelt. Mine landed on a nun, so that means that I would get nothing out of the kitty. Now, let's say if it landed on a gimel, that means that you would get everything that's in the kitty, you would get that. And if it lands on a hey, the other letter, then you get half of what's in the kitty. So everything all depends on what you land on, and then whoever ends up with the most, in this case, Hanukkah gelt or chips or tokens, then they win the game of dreidel.
Thank you, Nikki. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I don't think you should ever forget that the freedom of this station to broadcast the show you're watching is made possible because of the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution. The words we live by.
Kwanzaa is a holiday that celebrates the shared life and history of African American people, both past and present. It is a spiritual, festive, and joyous celebration that begins on December 26th and lasts for 7 days. The colors of Kwanzaa are black, red, and green.
We're going to show you some crafts to celebrate with your family when at Kwanzaa. You can find these crafts at the book called Crafts for Kwanzaa by Kathy Ross.
Alrighty then, our first little craft thing is the paper mat. Okay, the mekeka, spelled M-K-E-K-A, is a mat which the symbols of Kwanzaa are placed. It represents the importance of history and the tradition within the African American family. Here's what you need to make the mat. You need black, red, and green construction paper. Scissors, and white glue. There you go. Okay. First, you want to fold the black construction paper in half, lengthwise. This is lengthwise. Cut strips about 1 inch, not 1 foot, 1 inch apart across the paper from the fold to about 1 inch from the edge. Do not cut the paper apart. So, what you want to get? Like, don't cut all the way down. Okay. Alrighty then. Cut inch-wide strips from red and green paper and weave them into the place and alternating colors through the black paper. We have a finished one done for you. At the end, you want to glue the ends of the strips to hold them in place. So lovely. Such a nice job.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. On to our next little thing, since all of you seem done, is the flag favors, my special. I love it. Kwanzaa celebrations include a feast, or karamu, on December 31st. You can make a flag for each person at your feast. Since there are 4 people, we're going to make 4 flags. 4 flags. Makes sense, doesn't it? Here is what you need.
white construction paper, like so. Red, black, and green markers. Do we have those? Okay. Okay. Toothpicks that not have been in the mouth, of course, because that would be better. And white glue and scissors. Cut small rectangles from white paper. So, snip, 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 and snip. Okay. The short side should be about half the length of the toothpick. Half the length. Good. Color the top third of each rectangle red. So, what you want to do is color this just a part red. Good job. The middle third, like so. Paul, you're so good. Billy, black. And the bottom third, green. Thank you. Green. Glue each flag to a toothpick pole. Has anybody done that yet? Where it doesn't rip out. And then stick the toothpick in a cupcake, a roll, or a piece of fruit. Instead, we use these big gummy things. So you just stick it in. It would usually be better if you stick it in one of the three colors. It makes it look festive. And after that, it just looks so joyous. If you have any left over, like I do, you eat them. Next, after this, we are going to make the Kwanzaa candle card, the hardest of the three.
Oh, no.
Don't despair, Paul. You can do it. The candle holder, which we do not have. Can I see that card, please? Card. The candle holder is called the Kanara, and the 7 candles are called the Mishuma Saba. Mishuma Saba. There is 1 black candle in the center, with 3 red candles on the left, right, and three green candles on the left. The black candle is lit on the first day of Kwanzaa, and another candle on each day until all 7 are lit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is what you need. Red, black, green, brown, and white construction paper. That's red, black, green, and brown, and white construction paper. Do we have that?
Yes, we do.
Okay, then. Yarn. Do we have yarn?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Very neat color.
White glue. We have white glue. A hole punch. Snap, snap, snap. And scissors.
Thanks.
Hole reinforcers, which are these little shindiggy things. And markers. We have all different colors here. Fold a piece of white construction paper in half. So what you really want to do is like so. So you have this. It looks like a card, kind of. Okay. Glue a strip of brown paper across the bottom, open. Do you see right here? He's doing this so well. Right here. Okay. This is for the candle holder. Cut 3 red candles. That's 3. One. A little off, but that's okay. 2. And 3. This makes 3. 1 black candle, as you can see, Billy has done, and 3 green candles. We have 3. Glue them across the candle holder, slipping the bottoms of the candle underneath the brown paper. So you want to slip it under here, like a candle holder. Cut a flame shape out of the paper at the top, right here, for you won't have to waste any more paper. Just cut a shape right here. And then you want to color in an orangey, flamey color. That's what fire looks like. Glue the bottom edges of the card together. Voila. Cut a piece of white construction paper to exactly fit inside the card. We have that. Okay. Slide it in and use an orange marker to color in the candles. When you move the paper to one side, the flame should be hidden between the candles, as though they were not lit. That is so creative. So let's show. If they were not lit, then they move in like they were lit. Nobody said it worked, but it works. Okay. There we go. Voila, voila, voila. Okay. Trim off as much extra paper on each side of the inner paper as you can. Punch a hole on each end of the side of the inner paper. Has anybody done that yet? Okay, I'll punch a hole then. You need to punch a hole? Just go ahead. Good. Cover each hole with the hole reinforcers. Where are the reinforcers? Now these things work so well. They don't even rip. Okay, well, not extreme force. Okay. Cover each hole with a reinforcer. We did that. Anybody need to cover anything? Okay. And tie a loop of yarn through each hole. Yeah. So you tie, it doesn't have to be a Boy Scout knot, but just a little tie thing where it won't rip. Not ripping. And when you tie it, you can pull it to one side and the other, okay? So that the inner paper can be pulled back and forth to light or put out the candles. Light the Kwanzaa candles, and light the Kwanzaa candles across the top of your card. As you can see, somebody has done here. And your greeting on the back. Well, we haven't put a greeting, so there's nothing to show you. But you would put it on the back, right here, or this way, whichever way you find necessary. Doesn't really matter. And that are the 3 little interesting ideas this person has made up. First, we have the thingy thing, the mat thing, the what you call it, the maqueka. Thank you, the mecha or something. Okay. Next, we have these little shinny diggy things, which I like to call, or somebody likes to call, the little flag things. And then you have this, which is the little thing. So thank you very much, all my people. Rachel.
Don't go away. We'll be right back to sing Christmas carols.
We hope you have a happy holiday season from all of us at Kids Corner.
Join us now in some Christmas carols.
Thank you for joining us here at Kids Corner.
See you next month.
Happy holidays!
Yeah, right? Okay.
I had a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I will play. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Oh dreidel, dry and ready, oh dreidel I will play.
Jingle bells.
Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 arms made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children said he could laugh and play just the same as you or me. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down through the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there around the square, singing Catch Me If You Can. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard them holler, stop! Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not cry, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so you better for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming